Hello, it is Social Media Saturday, November 16th, 2019. Steve Sipress here, specifically talking today about the social media site known as Instagram, which was testing around the world in various places for almost a year now, taking away the like count. Still there on Facebook, Twitter, elsewhere in social media. It's kind of a staple of social media. You get to see who liked your post, how many people liked it. YouTube, the whole 9 yards. But Instagram being the first major social media site to take that away. Basically make likes invisible. The person that puts up the post on Instagram can still see, as you're watching, I mean, they're constantly changing, right? So they're going to put this back, they're going to take it away, they're going to do certain things. Right now, you can see certain people that liked it, not the likes, but everyone can't see. The point is everyone can't see all the likes of everything. So here's the good news and why that's great for business owners, because there's so many reasons, but the number one reason to me is because we've talked about this before. If you're following my articles, videos, books, magazine, podcasts, wherever you're following it, I talk about it a lot, that it is a completely wrong way to measure success based on how many people clicked on your thing or how many people liked. The only true way to measure anything in business is by dollars and cents with some variables. How many people bought and what's the average purchase amount, maybe how many referrals, but it all comes down to bottom line dollars. And too many times there are videos, I could post a new cat video every day here on Facebook, where I'm recording this live on my page, facebook.com/smallbizhelp. That's where you can go to interact with me live every day on my videos. And I could just, post a cat video. Well, those get a lot of likes. Little cute puppies, they get a lot of likes. Would that make me any money? Of course not. However, sometimes I can post a video maybe like this one, gets no likes. And yet, I'm going to get contacted by people, and if you want to be one of them, you go right over to helpfromsteve.com. That links to my personal calendar. You pick a time that works for you, and we get on the phone, and I help you out with anything to do with advertising, marketing, sales, social media, online, offline, digital, real world, whatever it is. I help you with the basics, the pillars, the strategies, and the basics say that you've got to measure what matters. And too many people will have the tendency, and the temptation is certainly there, to get all caught up in wanting to do something popular that people like. Well, it's the same thing if you know anyone who's a music connoisseur, for instance, or a music critic, or a serious musician. Let's take a classical musician or an opera singer or anything like that, and they're like, oh my goodness, Britney Spears can't sing. Oh, Madonna can't sing. Well, not compared to an opera singer, I'm sure. And yet, why don't you compare their bank accounts? So there's a difference between being popular and making money. And so you want to measure, again, the top, I know musicians, I've had clients, musicians, I've helped them make a lot of money. Because again, no matter what the business is, the part about getting money and marketing, advertising, sales, pricing strategies, all that kind of stuff, it doesn't matter what the deliverable is. So even musicians that are delivering music, and they'll, poo-poo the pop bands. Oh, yeah, sure, but they're playing bubblegum music. They'll put it down. Oh, that's just crap, just to sell records, just to get a lot of sales, but they're not really good musicians. See, so you can measure the wrong thing. If you're looking for quality, then measuring sales is not the right thing. If you're looking for income, for the freedom that finances can bring you and what that money can do to help other people when you do philanthropy, when you hire people, when you pay suppliers and you grow your businesses, of course you're doing a lot of good. That all comes with getting money. That's the thing to measure, the things that matter. Not how many just happen to click a like on a video. How about how many people watched it? How about how many people responded? How many people took action on it? How about not just how many people, did the right people take action? Did the right people take the right action? A lot of times you don't know all this till years later. You certainly don't know it 5 minutes after you posted a video and, I got 100 likes. What does that mean? How do you know yet how many of them, if any, are going to become a client? How long they're going to stay as a client? How much they're going to buy? How many referrals they're going to give you? This stuff could take years to fully and completely and accurately judge the value of any one person that watched your videos. But the bottom line is it certainly cannot be judged in a like. So now that likes go away on Instagram, business owners are free to stop concentrating on the likes and concentrate instead on stuff that matters. Quality content with an irresistible offer that drives people to want to take the next step. In my case, what I'm offering here is a free 15, 20-minute phone call. Go to helpfromsteve.com. It's not a lot. I can't make you tons of money on it. Well, sometimes I do. I always ask people to follow up if they implement what I teach. Some people make a lot of money based on it, but I can't get into lots of details and go over the whole history of your company and plan out every step for the next 10 years, but I can help you with one thing. I can answer a question. I can overcome an obstacle. I can help get your head straight and focused on what you ought to do or what you ought to not do. We can certainly get that done in a 15, 20-minute call. So that's what I offer. Well, I look for how many people are going to take that action, not whether you click on a like. I mean, I hope you like the thing here on Facebook. Well, Facebook, as a recording of this video in November 2019, they still have likes. And Facebook will show my video to more people if I get more likes and all that kind of stuff. But it's still not the right thing to concentrate on. So thankfully, those that use Instagram and put posts on there, you're now freed up to not just stick with what you know has always worked and put out the same thing over and over, like aforementioned pop band groups that'll just put out the same bubblegum music for years and years and years and years because it sells records. But they'll never actually take a shot at going a new direction or test something out on an album and try a new thing. I think about the Beatles way back in the 60s. If you weren't alive or following them, you can read history about music. And for the first at least 5 years they were a band, they were playing a lot of cover hits, a lot of just 2-minute, 3-chord rock and roll songs, all the same popular stuff. And then they got tired of that and said, wait a minute, let's do some more. And they started really experimenting, and George Harrison started playing the sitar, and they did Sgt. Pepper's, and they experimented, and they did a White Album, and they did all kinds of experimental stuff. They get off the road, out of the concerts that were just all about girls screaming, and you couldn't hear the music anyway, as the sayings go, or if you see any of the videos or listen to the recordings, they're ridiculous. The Beatles always said they couldn't even hear themselves, but it was popular. But they were constrained by always reproducing more popularity and the pressure on to sell more records. They were doing the same thing over and over, and business owners will have a tendency to do that too, to put up the same kind of posts over and over. Why not? Something works. And if you think by working it means gets a lot of likes, you're going to keep putting up the same post over and over and over, and you're not going to go in a new direction. Okay? As of right now, I do videos every single day, and I do a different theme all 7 days of the week. Today is Social Media Saturday. It's a post about social media. Tomorrow, I'll be back again. It'll be Sunday Fun Day. That's just kind of pretty much usually a day off. I just check in and say hello and keep my over 2.5-year streak alive of doing a new live video every single day. And then I'm back on Direct Mail Monday, and I use a piece of my mail usually and teach some business lessons from it. Does that mean it's all about using the mail? Well, I don't use the mail, Steve. It doesn't. I'm teaching, again, basic pillars of communication, sales, influence, persuasion, marketing, advertising, manipulation, whatever you want to call it. I'm teaching that based on or about a different topic every day. That keeps it fresh. I'm not concerned with how many likes I get. I'm concerned with how much money I help business owners make, how much freedom I help them achieve, how much fun I help them have, how much stress I help them eliminate. That's what I look to do, and I don't get caught up in, I want to go viral, and so I'll just keep doing the same thing because it seems to work, and I'll not try something new, and I'll not test out a new topic, and I'll not venture in a new thing, and that's not good for anybody, right? So it's great that Instagram got rid of the likes. Maybe people will stop now that they can't concentrate on, I hope I get a lot of likes. You might see some more varied content, which will lead to some better content and some better results, more importantly, of the people that are consuming that content. So hopefully all the other social media sites follow after that. That's my thoughts. If you have a different thought, or if you agree, post it in a comment below wherever you're watching, listening, reading this, whatever it is, how you're consuming it. Let me know. I always respond when appropriate. And that'll do it for Social Media Saturday, November 16th, 2019. I will be back tomorrow on Sunday Fun Day. Until then, continue to have a fantastic weekend, and I'll catch you tomorrow. Over and out. Bye-bye.